Yes. Any doubt of previous class? Any doubt in me?
No.
Okay. Hmm. What is the last topic?
We complete pencil and eraser. Yes, sir. We complete that one.
Now go to the brush.
Okay.
It is also the similar kind of experience you'll find with pencil, whatever the things you are doing. That same thing happen in brush. The difference is like brush does have different styles, which pencil doesn't have. Pencil does just a single thick or thin line only, but different type of styles you'll be finding inside the brush. That is the extra thing which is there in the brush, which is not in stroke. And the brush could be created independently, or it could be applied to any stroke. That means after creating a thing through the pencil or any basic shapes, you can apply the brush stroke over to it. So it is an extra add-on thing to the stroke. So now I got to know what is the difference between stroke, I mean like pencil stroke and brush. Pencil stroke is just a uh, simple line without style, but brush is a line with a style that make the thing to look like brush. But they have given a special tool for that instead of pencil, because different type of styles directly you can only draw. In pencil, we do have only one simple thin line. Then after we apply some strokes to it. And then so hope we find like 30 to 40% thing is already done in pencils. It's just one extra style we'll be learning over here. And here, whenever we are working with pencil also, we do find these styles here defined. After creating the things, you can apply a particular style. This is what your brush. That means a pencil could be converted into a brush. But by default, if you need to start with the style, then this is the brush we are taking, where we are starting with the default style. Now, the pencil created stroke can be applied with a brush stroke. Again, if required, we can able to delete that by removing the brush strokes. Then again, it turn into a stroke. So now I got to know, yes, we can apply the style and you can able to release the style. Then automatically you can find the strokes by remove brush is the option. Remove brush. Remove brush is the options where we can able to release a particular style from the stroke and it will turn into a direct stroke. Fine. So hope we got to know the connectivity between the pencil and brush. So what is the connectivity extra thing? That is style. Again, the brush style is of five type. In five different type of styles are there. By default, we can find calligraphy brush. So now the theory is clear. Calligraphy is a style of brush, and the next is scatter brush. The third is art brush. Fourth is Bristol brush, and fifth is pattern brush. So five type of brushes are there in Illustrator. And worldwide, Illustrator is exclusively credited with the brush. So very artistical, bigger artistical work could be done by the brush. So how many type of brushes are there? Five type of brushes
Right,
are
absolutely.
there. Yes. By default brush is calligraphy. So there are preset of brushes style are there. There is in brush library, brush library. There is a special window where predefined calligraphy, art, scatter, pastel, pattern brushes are there. And there is a window called F5 that is called brush palette, where you can see all the brush thumbnails, and brush library where a lot of predefined brush styles are there. We can load to F5 brush window. So that means we got to know predefined brushes are already there. So three information we have passed out now. What is pencil? What is the connectivity between pencil and brush, and how to remove the brush, how to add a brush, how many type of brush, where the brush is control in F5 window, brush palette, and the keyboard shortcut of brush is B. And there are brush library where already predefined brushes set are there. We can load it up and start up using it. We'll see how to do all the things. First, the theory get clear. Now let us go into the practical case. How we are controlling the brush by like pencil by hitting the enter button and switching on this selected and edit selected path option. That same thing is applicable for the brush also, and we'll find the same window. And what is this two button that already we have learned? Keep selected and edit selected path. Now here, while we're working on the brush, freehand drawing, then hold the alt button while you are working with pencil also. Alt, close the thing. When you are making 50% and holding the alt, then you'll find the brush cursor will come up with a zero mark, and release the cursor and it will close directly to the starting point. Hold the alt button, don't release that. After the job is done, then release the alt button. So hope we got to know how to create a normal stroke, normal art line, and get it closed directly within click. The same thing is applicable for brush, for pencil also. So hope we got to know the working style remain the same. Now, how to draw a line with the brush is done, and how to close a line with the brush is done. So next, we are equipped with the brush with enter button. To keep edit selected, then if it is on, then we can start from the brush and get close the brush. Then it will get modify the things. That means you won't need to make the whole design at a time. Yes, you can start up adding other things and get it up. That means the job is easier. Slowly we grow the structure to the next height. So brush B, right. So hope we have understood now how to start the design and end the design. Start with the brush line, end with the brush line, right?
Yes.
So hope we have understood the logic of the brush. Now we can break the brush line with the help of your path eraser tool. It the stroke could be erased out the middle, and yes, we can add the style too. And the style is there, but brush is over to it, or else you can see it. Hope you got to know how to add the strokes and get the thickness to grow, thickness to get less. So the stroke property can be revealed if we hide the brush property, and hide in the sense you can remove the brush property and increase the strokes. So hope we have understood now how to work with the normal behavior of the brush. Let us go for the next thing. How to create our own brush, or how to apply new brushes. F5, as if we told, like F5 is for brush palette, and this is the window where predefined brushes are there. We can jump to any particular style of the brush instantly. This is predefined brushes. No, except to this, again a lot of brushes are there. And here into the right top corner, drop down box is here, open brush library, arrow brushes. You and apply that. Select all and remove this brush. If you don't need this stroke to be there, then yes, none it, and apply this brush. So hope we have understood now how to load predefined brushes, how to release the brush, how to work with default brush, how to convert the brush into a stroke, or how to convert the brush line into a stroke. Now we'll learn how to create our own brush. Yes, we can create our own brush. Inside the brush palette, there is a small button in the right down second button is new brush. This is a place where you can create a new brush, or else to the right top corner of the brush palette, new brush. The time you switch to the new brush, immediately the software will ask you one question like which type of brush you want. As if we have seen in the before, there are 5 types of brushes. All the names will be displayed over here. The time you create new brush, and the software will ask you which type of brush you want. So initially you can switch to the calligraphy brush. Calligraphy means stylus writing. Stylus writing flat brushes are for meant for stylus writing, calligraphy flat brushes. So how to control the brush property? What we are creating now? Calligraphy brush. What is calligraphy? Stylus writing. What is the property of the stylus writing brush nib? It will be a flat brush. So we need to create a flat brush by reducing the roundness, and we can give a particular angle. And yes, that's it. We have done 2 job difference here. One is round brush to 0 roundness, and angle we have given something, and go for OK. Calligraphy brush number 1. So this is what calligraphy brush number 1 has been done up. And now apply this brush to this line. So now we have seen how to create our own brush and get it applied to the structure. So this is a flat brush calligraphy, or else you can start with a very simple brushes, right? Calligraphy, okay. Now where is the use of calligraphy brush? It can be used for writing, stylus writing, alphabet and all. So let's take an example. This, double click it and increase the size so you can see the brush a little bigger. Take the brush B, 30. So what happens at 45 degree, it will be thin. X, the opposite of 45, it will be thick. So this happens because of the brush property. Brush property has written 30 degree or 51 degree flat brush. Now hope we have understood the property. Now how to modify it. If you are changing something here, then you can see the update over there. And if you need any changes to be done, yes, we can set that changes and find the reaction over here by preview. Go for OK, then the software will ask you 2 questions. Do you want to apply these changes to the present also? Go for OK. Apply to stroke, or else don't want to make it change. However, it is there before, that is okay. And you want this particular style as a new brush, then you can go for leave stroke, or else you can go for apply to stroke. That means what are the changes are there we have done, that will be applicable to this also. Go for apply to strokes. Fine then, so hope we have understood now how to make a calligraphy brush and how to modify the calligraphy brush and what is the difference in between them. Now we'll go for practical use, like writing a name. So generally, like the calligraphy brush is of 45 degrees, so it gives a perfect thickness in a particular 45. Then opposite to 45, a thick. Right. So start with thin, move to thick, and close with thin. Right. So these are all the alphabets is not created by the text family. It is artist's own handwriting. Right now, I need to write. Right now, and enter it. Keep edit selected of it. Okay, so this kind of alphabet writing will be much easier. Text, it is not possible to type in this way in text. And to draw also it is very difficult. But all the things done within very fraction of time because we know how to create a calligraphy press. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, calligraphy. We can write the regional language. All the film posters are the output of so. We can take the help of grid, guideline, ruler, and do the things best. Right. So here, if you are doing some changes, you need the thickness to grow a little. You can find the reaction there. And if you go for OK, then it will ask you same person. Apply to strokes or leave the strokes, apply to the strokes. Okay, if it is not applied, then select it and one click more, apply. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So calligraphy brush, okay, make your own
Yeah, yeah.
fonts. After this made, then if you need to get some changes, yes, it is under the control of this particular anchor point, move it up and get change. But you need to get the upper side, only the things to be get change of this particular thickness, then we can break it by the command called expand inside the object menu, expand appearance. Then what happens? It break the single line and give a difference here. So hope we got to know how to make a stroke by the brush, then after how to make the brush stroke to get expand, right, expanding. And the next brush is not calligraphy, it is the scatter brush. Scatter brush always required a particular design. So let us see if we are making any new brushes, then scatter and art are not there in the screen in active format. Switch to the scatter by placing a design on the screen. What is mean by scatter? Scatter means placing the things here and there. So let us take a star and want this star to be get placed randomly on the screen. Then we can convert the star into a brush, and then after we can make a lot of modification over here, like sizes could be controlled, spacing could be controlled. So I'm not touching anything now. Go for OK. Job is done. You can find in this list one star came up. And now take the brush and get it out. So you can find repeated design could be done easily by this scatter brush. Hope it is clear. Is it
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Now, before going to the scatter more, we can switch to the calligraphy, and the other thing can be done in calligraphy rather than making it the brush to be get flat. You can make the same brush to be 100% round, and here the size could be turn into, now by default it is fixed. You can go to the random and go for OK. Then you can find now the brush at every stroke it will change the thickness. Just switch to the random, and how much random you can speak it over here, like you need 100% random. Then so here you can see now if one stroke one style, second stroke second style, it is happening because of what
Yes.
it is asking, like make it random. How much random? From 1 to 9. So now go to now by default you'll find fixed. Then there is no changes. If you go for random, then it will ask you the question like how much random you want, 10%, 20%. You can go for 100% with the input. Then it will make it very clear. And randomly we can make natural kind of designs. So the third one is pressure sensitive, and if you are using a tablet, then I, you can find the changes here. The variable variations should be written the maximum. Then what happens? Um, if we are pressing lightly, then light. If we're pressing heavily, then heavy. And this could be done with the help of your calligraphy brush also. So here we can understand we can make repeated design. Sorry, here random strokes, pressure sensitive strokes, and fixed strokes, and calligraphy strokes. Calligraphy, fix, all these things can be fused together. Now then after we have seen scatter, but what is the condition to make a scatter brush? First we need to select a design, then only it will get disturbed here and there. So scatter brush can again be controlled from the baseline, how much you want to go up or down, we can scatter it up, upside or downside. So scatter is a special brush where the things are repeated and you can fix it to the upper side or downside, and the size could be random. Yes, smaller the size and bigger the size, it creates the depth on your screen. So size could be variables, and space, some are very close, some are far away, and scattering sometimes onto the top side, sometimes to the downside of your line. And rotation, yes, you can have to rotate each and every object. So now we have seen what is scatterburst and how to handle the scatterburst inside property. Now take an example like where it is used. If a line, let us take a pencil drawing. Uh, if this line has to be picked up with flags like this, so it takes more time. So at that time, what to do? Take a rectangle and get these two line, 2 point to select and go for average by all control. J path and go for OK. Done. And if you need to get place all this here, then drag and drop over here this scatter bus. And the software will ask you where you want to scatter. Here you can write example like orient towards the path. Then what happen? If your line is bending, the flags will bend automatically, or else it will face to the up and down. So now you can see the difference between them. And then if you need to get it down to the rope line, yes, double click, spacing, get closer and scatter to the line. Fine. So apply to the strokes. Hope this is clear. Is it okay? So two options extra we got to know. Orient towards the path. There is a special option. Rotate, relative rotation. Before it was to the page, now it is to the path. So how your path will get changed, the body will change automatically. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And then so start working with these two: art brush, calligraphy brush, scatter brush, and calligraphy brush. All the pressure sensitive works can be done by the calligraphy. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So make some stylus writing, get a image to trace, make some random design over to the line. And once it is done, then at a time we can only apply two brushes together. One is copy it and paste in the same place, and to one we can just apply a line. So what is happening now? There are two lines working together. This is and this is, and it make a realistic look
Yes.
right now. So that's it for the day. So two brushes we have done,
Yeah.
and explore it up. Is it clear?
Okay.
So we'll meet at 11:30 tomorrow. It's okay, na?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No problem. So one more class is there. That is
Yeah,
after
yeah,
12.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Problem is I'm coming
No
late,
problem.
sir.
No,
That's
no issue. Whenever you rise, I'll do it.
okay, okay.
Okay. No problem.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and I'll send this file. Huh?
Okay, sir.
I'm stopping the screen.
Yeah.